Imagine having two dads.
想象你有2位爸爸，
One is super rich, and the other is not so wealthy.
一位非常富有，另一位则不那么富有。
With two very different father figures offering competing advice.
2位截然不同的父亲提供了互相矛盾的建议。
One who believes in working hard for a paycheck, and another who builds wealth by investing.
一位相信辛勤工作赚薪水，另一位则通过投资建立财富。
They both love you and want you to succeed, but they teach you different things about money.
他们都爱你并希望你成功，但他们教给你关于金钱的事情却不同。
Which one do you think would give you the best advice on how to be rich?
你认为哪一位会给你关于如何致富的最佳建议？
Welcome. Join our loving and patient group as we happily learn English together. Don't miss the takeaway and quotes at the end of the video.
欢迎您与一群有爱又耐心的伙伴们开心学英文吧！别错过影片尾声的精华摘要和金句卡片。
Today we're exploring the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert T. Kiyosaki.
今天我们探索的书籍是《富爸爸穷爸爸》，作者罗伯特 T. 清崎。
Chapter 1. The Power of Financial Education.
第1章：财务教育的力量。
Have you ever been told, go to school, get good grades, and you'll get a good job?
你有没有听过这样的建议？上学考好成绩就能找到一份好工作。
That's the advice Robert's poor dad followed.
这是罗伯特的贫穷爸爸所遵循的建议。
He thought getting a good education was the only way to be successful.
他认为获得良好的教育是成功的唯一途径。
But Rich Dad said something different.
但富有的爸爸却说了不同的话。
He believed that true success comes from financial education.
他相信真正的成功来自于财务教育。
While poor dad worked hard for money, rich dad worked to learn how to make money work for him.
当贫穷爸爸为了赚钱辛苦工作时，富有的爸爸则努力学习如何让金钱为自己工作。
He didn't care much about school grades but focused on understanding how money grows, how businesses work, and how investing could make him richer.
他不太在乎学校的成绩，而是专注于了解金钱如何增长、商业运作的方式，以及如何通过投资让自己变得更富有。
This concept was new to Robert.
这个概念对罗伯特来说是全新的。
He started to realize that while his poor dad was always struggling to pay bills, his rich dad was learning how to invest and build wealth.
他开始意识到，虽然贫穷爸爸总是为支付账单而挣扎，但富有的爸爸却在学习如何投资并积累财富。
One important lesson he learned was this.
他学到的一个重要教训是
The more you learn, the more you earn.
学得越多，赚得越多。
Robert's adventure with his two dads had begun.
罗伯特与2位爸爸的冒险开始了。
Every day was like opening a new book where each page was filled with money lessons.
每一天就像打开一本新书，每一页都充满了有关金钱的课程。
Chapter 2. The Importance of Assets and Liabilities.
第2章：资产和负债的重要性。
Robert learned that the key difference between rich people and poor people is what they spend their money on.
罗伯特学到，富人和穷人之间的关键区别在于他们花钱的方式。
Poor dad thought a house was an asset, something that would make him money.
贫穷爸爸认为房子是一项资产，是能让他赚钱的东西。
But rich dad said, A house is a liability, not an asset.
但富有的爸爸说，房子是一项负债，而不是资产。
Confused. Let's break it down.
感到困惑吗？让我们来分解一下。
Assets. Things that put money in your pocket, like a business, stocks, or real estate that makes you money.
资产，能把钱放进你口袋的东西，比如生意、股票或能帮你赚钱的房地产。
Liabilities. Things that take money out of your pocket, like your car, personal expenses, or even your home if it costs you money.
负债，把钱从你口袋里拿走的东西，比如车子、个人开支，甚至是你的房子，如果它会让你花钱的话。
So, when Robert's rich dad spoke about assets, he meant things that would keep earning him money, like rental properties or investments.
因此，当罗伯特的富爸爸谈到资产时，他指的是那些会持续为他赚钱的东西，如出租房地产或投资。
He didn't think of his home as an asset because it didn't generate income. It just cost money every month.
他并不认为自己的家是资产，因为他并没有创造收入，他每个月只是花费金钱。
Here's the twist. Most people buy houses, cars, and other things thinking they're gaining assets.
这里有个反转，大多数人买房子、车子和其他东西，以为他们在获得资产。
But Rich Dad knew the truth. Real wealth comes from owning assets that make you money.
但富爸爸知道真相，真正的财富来自于拥有能为你赚钱的资产。
Chapter 3: The Rat Race.
第3章，老鼠赛跑。
Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a loop?
你有没有觉得自己陷入了一个循环？
You work hard, but it feels like you're not getting ahead.
你努力工作，但感觉自己并没有进步。
This is what Robert called the rat race.
这就是罗伯特所称的老鼠赛跑。
Imagine running in a wheel like a hamster, always spinning but never getting anywhere.
想象一下，你像仓鼠一样在轮子里奔跑，总是在旋转，却永远无法到达任何地方。
That's what life is like for most people who work hard for a paycheck, pay taxes, and then use the rest of their money to buy things they don't need.
这对大多数人来说，就是他们努力工作换来薪水，缴税后再把剩下的钱花在他们不需要的东西上。
They're stuck.
他们被困住了。
Poor Dad was trapped in the rat race.
贫穷爸爸被困在老鼠赛跑中。
He worked hard every day for a steady paycheck, but ended up spending most of it on liabilities.
他每天辛勤工作，为了稳定的薪水，但最终大部分工资都花在了负债上。
But Rich Dad knew the secret. Stop working for money and learn how to make money work for you.
但富爸爸知道秘密，停止为钱工作，学会让钱为你工作。
By investing in assets like real estate or starting a business, Robert learned that you don't have to work forever to get rich.
通过投资于房地产等资产或创办企业，罗伯特学会了你不必永远工作就能变富。
The key is to build assets that pay you, even when you're not working.
关键是建立能为你赚钱的资产，即使你不再工作。
Chapter 4: The Importance of Entrepreneurship.
第4章，创业的重要性。
One of the biggest lessons Robert learned from his rich dad was the value of entrepreneurship.
罗伯特从富爸爸那学到的最大教训之一就是创业的价值。
Rich Dad didn't just work for money. He made his money work for him by owning businesses.
富爸爸不只是为钱工作，他通过拥有企业让自己的钱为自己工作。
When Robert was a kid, he wanted to buy a bike, but he didn't have enough money.
当罗伯特还是孩子的时候，他想买一辆自行车，但他没有足够的钱。
Poor Dad told him to save his allowance and wait.
贫穷爸爸告诉他要存下零用钱，等着吧。
But rich Dad had a different plan.
但富爸爸有不同的计划。
He told Robert to start a small business.
他告诉罗伯特开一个小生意。
So Robert and his friend decided to sell comic books to their classmates.
于是，罗伯特和他的朋友决定卖漫画书给同学们。
It wasn't easy. They had to figure out how to get the books, how much to sell them for, and how to market their business.
这并不容易，他们必须弄清楚如何获得书籍，定价多少，以及如何营销他们的业务。
But guess what? Robert started earning money and learned an important lesson. Entrepreneurship can help you make money in ways a regular job cannot.
但你猜怎么着？罗伯特开始赚钱，并学到了一个重要的教训：创业能以常规工作无法做到的方式帮助你赚钱。
This lesson stuck with him.
这个教训深深印在他的心中。
He realized that by owning a business, you have more control over your income, and you can earn more money faster than by just working for someone else.
他意识到，通过拥有一个生意，你能更好地掌控收入，并且比仅仅为别人工作更快地赚到更多钱。
Chapter 5. Overcoming Fear and Taking Action.
第5章，克服恐惧并采取行动。
The fear of losing money is something that holds many people back.
害怕失去金钱是许多人退缩的原因。
But Rich Dad taught Robert that fear is natural, but it's also something that can be controlled.
但富爸爸教给罗伯特，恐惧是自然的，但它也是可以控制的。
The key is to understand the risks and learn how to handle them.
关键是理解风险并学会如何处理它们。
Instead of avoiding risk, Rich Dad said, take calculated risks.
富爸爸说，不要回避风险，而是要采取有计划的风险。
He showed Robert how the wealthy make decisions. They don't let fear stop them, but they learn as much as they can before making a choice.
他向罗伯特展示了富人如何做决定，他们不让恐惧阻止自己，而是尽可能多地学习，然后再做出选择。
Robert's first big step into investing came when he bought his first rental property.
罗伯特投资的第一步来自于他购买了第一个出租物业。
He was nervous, scared, and unsure if he could handle it.
他很紧张、害怕，也不确定自己是否能应付得了。
But Rich Dad helped him understand how to calculate the potential returns and how to make sure the property was a good investment.
但富爸爸帮助他理解如何计算潜在回报，以及如何确保这项物业是个好的投资。
That first investment was a turning point for Robert.
那次第一次的投资对罗伯特来说是一个转折点。
He learned that you have to take action to succeed, even when you're scared.
他学到的道理是，即使害怕，你也必须采取行动才能成功。
Chapter 6. Making your money work for you.
第6章，让你的钱为你工作。
Instead of saving money in a bank which barely earns any interest, you can invest in things that will make your money grow, like real estate, businesses, or stocks.
与其把钱存在银行里，那里几乎不会赚取利息，你可以将钱投资于那些能让你金钱增长的东西，如房地产、生意或股票。
Rich Dad showed Robert how the rich think differently.
富爸爸向罗伯特展示了富人如何不同的思考。
While poor Dad saved his money, Rich Dad took calculated risks to grow his wealth.
当贫穷爸爸储蓄他的钱时，富爸爸则采取计划好的风险来增长财富。
Here's a simple example. Imagine you have $1,000. Poor dad would tell you to save it, but rich dad would tell you to invest it.
这里有个简单的例子，假设你有$1000，贫穷爸爸会告诉你把它存起来，但富爸爸会告诉你把它投资出去。
If you invested that $1,000 in a stock or a small business, it might grow to $5,000 in a few years.
如果你将那$1000投资在股票或一个小生意中，几年后它可能会增长到$5000。
This is how the rich get richer. They make their money work for them.
这就是富人如何变得更富，他们让自己的钱为自己工作。
Chapter 7. Don't let money control you.
第7章，不要让钱控制你。
Rich Dad taught Robert that you can have as much money as you want, but you need to stay disciplined.
富爸爸教给罗伯特，无论你有多少钱，你都需要保持纪律。
A key to financial success is delayed gratification, waiting for the right moment instead of spending money on things that are not important.
财务成功的关键在于延迟满足，等待合适的时机，而不是把钱花在不重要的东西上。
This means you don't buy things just because they're cool.
这意味着你不会仅仅因为某些东西很酷就去购买它们。
Instead, focus on building assets that will grow over time.
相反，专注于建立会随着时间增长的资产。
Key takeaways. 1. Financial education is key.
财务教育是关键。
2. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities.
了解资产与负债的区别。
3. Escape the rat race.
逃离老鼠赛跑。
4. Entrepreneurship is a path to wealth.
创业是通往财富的道路。
5. Take calculated risks.
采取计划好的风险。
6. Make your money work for you.
让你的钱为你工作。
7. Delayed gratification.
延迟满足。
Take action and keep learning.
采取行动并持续学习。
9. Think like the rich.
像富人一样思考。
10. Building wealth is a lifelong journey.
建立财富是一生的旅程。
There is a difference between being poor and being broke. Broke is temporary. Poor is eternal.
贫穷和破产是有区别的。破产是暂时的，贫穷是永恒的。
Thanks for watching. Subscribe so you don't miss out on more amazing books.
谢谢收看，订阅以便不错过更多精彩好书。